Mary, would you call the roll, please?
Mr. Kirby.
Here.
Harrington. Mr. Lopez.
Here.
Mr. Hennis.
Here.
And Mr. Wright.
Here.
We are very fortunate today to have the Vista Grande High School, the ROTC here to color guard to present. So if we would all stand, please, for the Pledge of Allegiance. Forward. Forward.
Color guard. Rifles. Up. Counter march. March. Color guard. Halt. Present. Colors.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If we could please, we're just going to have a moment of silence. There's a lot of things to kind of have our thoughts right now. Thank you very much. Honor Guard, we sure appreciate you being here today.
Carry colors. Color guard. Post. Forward. March.
Thank you very much. If we could please first on the agenda is to adopt the agenda as presented.
I so move. I second.
There's a motion by Taylor and a second by Joe. Mary, would you call for the vote, please?
Mr. Kirby.
Yes.
Harrington. Yes. Mr. Lopez.
Yes.
Mr. Hennis.
Yes.
And Mr. Wright.
Yes.
Also, before you have the minutes from March 1st and 7th as presented. A motion also to approve those as presented.
So move. Second.
Motion by Chuck, second by Taylor. Any other questions or discussion on that? If not, Mary, we'll go ahead and call for the vote, please.
Mr. Kirby.
Yes.
Harrington. Yes. Mr. Lopez.
Yes.
Mr. Hennis.
Yes.
Mr. Wright.
Yes.
We're down to probably one of the favorite parts of the evening, and that's the recognitions. We have Rover Students of the Month and Cte Students of the Month and a Staff of the Month. So whoever's up and going first, Dr. Bell.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much and welcome everyone. Thank you, governing board. Let's start with Rotary. Thank you. Mr. Dancy will be up to present.
Good evening, Mr. President, Dr. Battle, board members. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce Ms. Naraya Perez. I'm going a little bit off script here like this. I've known Naraya for 4 years now, and I've seen her grow into a most fantastic asset to Vista Grande High School. You've heard her present, what she presents and who she is and what you heard. That's who she is all the time. She's rock solid and steadfast. You can depend on her to do whatever it is that she needs to do. She's grown into a phenomenal young lady. Her parents' names are Myrna Bermudez and Philip Perea. Please stand. Naraya's list of school activities and accomplishments: student body president, key club historian, link crew member, varsity track and field thrower, and NHS member, principal's honor roll 2018 to 2022. Her list of personal activities and accomplishments: She's completed over 1,200 community service hours, 2021. Robert F. Lucas Outstanding Lieutenant Governor's Award, 2020. Her list of life and career goals this fall: she will major in public service and public policy at the W.P. Carey School of Business at ASU. When did we decide this, since you guys are filling out like she had me fill out a reference letter for a cruise ship internship or something. She plans to pursue a career in public relations or local politics. Her personal goal is to open a nonprofit organization for first-generation low-income students, otherwise known as FGLI, targeting young girls to give them the resources to succeed and make challenges within their communities. Again, this is Ms. Naraya Perez. Mr. Wright was saying that she is one of the finalists for the Future Voices Awards this year. So, and she has a bright voice and future ahead of her.
One up there?
I'm gonna get one, yeah.
You're good, good, good.
At least that one, I'll get one with
No, no, no.
you. I got you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
There we go. That's the best part.
Congratulations.
We almost had to take it back. Congratulations.
Good evening, President Hennis, board members, Dr. Battle. It's a pleasure to be in front of you today and recognize our Rotary Student of the Month. This is Ethan Mcclintock, and he has done some amazing things. His biggest claim to fame, I think, is just how outstanding he is with music. He goes on and on. So I'm going to share quite the litany. First of all, he does this all as a straight AB student all throughout high school. I'd add, this has not just started in high school, it's been like his whole life. Currently with an average of 4.4 weighted GPA. He's pride of Casa Grande Marching Band all 4 years, leadership position as a center marimba. Anybody knows what a marimba is? Just checking. And one of 2 front ensemble section leaders as a senior. He's also does the indoor drumline all 4 years in his leadership position as center marimba and overall front ensemble and section leader his 11th and 12th grade year. I see Mr. Wright smiling over here because he was also student speaker on the Voices panel in his 10th grade year and participated in the Casa Grande Town Hall on behalf of Future Voices. He was part of the INE Duet Mallet Ensemble with Andy Lopez, and they placed first, or he placed first in that in 10th grade. Cougar Ambassador, Key Club, part of FCCLA, National Honor Society, and where he had a leadership position as secretary for the chapter. And he's done this while he maintains a work environment. You're still working at Marshall's, right?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. And so imagine all the work that goes into marching band, working on top of it, maintaining straight A's, leadership positions. Please recognize with me, well, and before I do, we got some amazing parents behind this young man. Jennifer and Michael Mcclintock, I think, are both here. Absolutely. Well done.
Favorite store. Thank you.
Hang on, hang on. Hang on, hang on. There we go.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing them with us. Wonderful guys. Thank you.
Good job, Ethan.
Thank you.
Good job, Ethan. Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So good evening, board members, President Hines, Dr. Battle. I'm here to present the CTE Student of the Month from each campus. And I will start with our Casa Grande Union High School candidate. This is Mia Morato, and her parents are here, Mario and Melanie. She was nominated by Mr. Carter, and she is in her second year of the marketing program. And Mr. Carter says she excels in the classroom as well as our work-based learning lab, the DECA store. She's responsible for preparing the lab for 2 lunch periods and successfully completes all of her duties. She's also a teacher's aide and continues to satisfy all responsibilities in the classroom along with the DECA organization. She excels in the organization by working on the board of directors and has participated in DECA competitions. Here's the big line. She plans to major in marketing in college.
We can see another little face.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hang on, Mom's writing that
Congratulations.
Good luck.
And we have another Mia with us this evening from Vista Grande. And this is Mia Mooring from Vista Grande. She was nominated by Ms. Lisa Horsley from Vista. I'm laughing a little bit because Mia, when I was still teaching at Vista, was also my student of the month for marketing. So this is her second go round. She is, and Ms. Horsley says Mia is a natural leader. And by the way, her grandmother's with her tonight. I forgot. Sarah. She and I have spoken many times on the phone over the years that I've known Mia. But anyway, Ms. Horsley says that Mia is a natural born leader who takes a lead role in both DECA as the acting president and in our student store. Throughout the year, she's been an active leader in the development and growth of the DECA store. She's been essential in our planning, opening, and daily operations. She knows how to operate a business successfully while understanding how important it is to support the new and upcoming trainees. She's involved in sports and other activities at Vista Grande High School, and I am certain she's going to continue to do great things in her future. And a little insider information, she's going to major in business.
Again, that very face.
Hang on.
Oh, Don's coming.
Oh,
Our grandma.
That was-
Grandma's.
There we go.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Governing board? Governing board, it's my pleasure to recognize one of our staff or staff member of the month. And this month, we're recognizing Miss Melanie Price. Come on up, please. Well, I've got some practical, hard evidence of why this young lady is recognized. There's not a time that I'm not visiting that front office, and she's busy working to support not only the administrative staff, students, and other colleagues. And it's evident for her recommendation to be here. To have talent that's multifaceted in the front office is key and critical. And not only that, she models the importance of being a cooperative leader. She works with Mr. Anderson currently, and in the future, we'll see where, she's still going to be here. We're just working out who she's going to support, but whoever she will be working with, they will be in exceptional hands. And so we are proud of you. We thank you for what you do on a regular basis with a wonderful smile on your face. Thank you, Ellen. So we have something for you.
Congratulations, I knew a win.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Alan. I appreciate all the work.
Next one.
Dr. Battle, we're down to superintendent's report, if you would please.
Yes, it is my pleasure. I have compiled all kinds of recognition from this month. We've been real busy. And as you know, towards the end of the year, there's going to be even more. But acknowledging a few of the organizations, it'd be my pleasure to do so. I got to switch my hands here. Okay. So, as we've seen from and it's fantastic, our Marine Corps has put together a newsletter that's phenomenal, that recognizes all of their accomplishments. We had great recognition this past weekend with the Color Guard and the Percussion Ensemble, who went out and competed and performed the best they have in many, many years. Not only that, our FCCLA, State Leadership Conference, Early Childhood, went and knocked it out of the park at a conference that they attended under Ms. Kathy White, who has been recognized here in the past. Our DECA, Emerging Leaders Honors Award, has been recognized as an emerging leader. Several kiddos there have been identified, and just a few others, just to name a few more, because again, we have really been doing a great job. Our Arizona HOSA State Leadership Conference, a number of kids have been recognized there, as well as our program. And our Campus Cleanup Marquee Club, once again, are just rising to the top, and thank you for a number of our leadership here. They are just exemplifying community service support. And then lastly, just to mention here, the Casa Grande STEAM Fair went over in great recognition from the community as well as our district. So this is just representative of all of the many things that our kids are involved in to not only help the school district, but also the city of Casa Grande. So congratulations to you all.
Lots of positive things going on here within the community. We have no call to the public this evening, so we're down to under item 6, matters for reserve board action. We have the IGA. This is an annual renewal for the Pinal County Education Services Consortium. It's an annual list that we do every year. So is there a motion to approve the IGA as presented?
I make a motion to approve the Pinal County Educational Service Curriculum IGA.
I'll second.
There's a motion by Chuck and a second by Taylor. And any other discussion? We're one of many in this group.
Yes, that's correct.
Almost every Pinal County school is associated with this one, correct?
Yes, I would say that's accurate.
Any other questions? If not, Mayor, we'll call for the vote, please.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Harrington?
Yes.
Mr. Lopez?
Yes.
Mr. Hennis?
Yes,
And Mr. Wright?
Yes.
we're down to 2022-2023 IBM recommendations and salary schedules as presented. Dr. Battle?
Yes, sir. It's my pleasure. I'm gonna put some folks on the spot, but from start to finish, we've had some key players participate on the IBM committee. And from the beginning, it was our goal, their goal, to ensure that all work groups were working on behalf of each other. And they did just that. After every meeting, I received updates and feedback appropriately as to the process and the progress that they put before you, and that's what they get to speak to. But I'm going to ask any of the members who are present, would you please stand and be recognized for the work that you did? going to ask Nina to repeat what you shared with CG today for the board about the content. Yes, ma'am. The content of the IBM recommendation.
Good evening. So after IBN was conducted, we came to the conclusion, well, under Dr. Battle's recommendation, that we are moving to increase everybody's salary by 3%, a step increase. And we are going to continue with the 1.5% extra stipend, and then a 2% return to work stipend from the district. And our, we'll be paying out the extra stipend the same way we did this year, which is in December and in May. And then the 2% stipend for return to work is going to be paid out August 19th. And if anybody does leave it, because it's a return to work, it's like an incentive to keep people here, like a retention. So if anybody does leave the district before the end of their contract is up, then they will be responsible for paying that back. And then to get the extra stipend, they have to be employed here at the time of payout, so in December and May. Our insurance, we're keeping our insurance. If there was a 6% increase that the district is absorbing, if we continue to rise, then we may look into possibly passing, that on to the employee at some point. And I think that is pretty much it.
Yes, and if I might, the national board.
Oh, national board certification, we upped that from 1,500 to 2,000 a year annually for any teacher that does decide to get that certification.
The question, the ESSER monies go for how much longer?
Well, for the first is this year, and then the ESSER 3 is 2024.
Yeah, but there's a final, there's an end to the ESSER money, correct?
That's correct.
So insurance was kept with Cairo?
Kairos, correct.
3% increase across for all employees, and then the ESSER monies, and then the other stipend associated with longevity,
Correct.
et cetera, and then for teacher certification, $1,500, $2,000.
Yes.
Sounds like
6%.
about 6%. So congratulations to all the staff who negotiated and worked this out. And with that, we get a recommendation to approve as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve as presented.
I will second.
Kelly moved and Joe second to approve the fiscal year 2020-23 IBM recommendations. Mary will go ahead and call for the vote, please.
Mr. Kirby?
I just want to say before I vote that this is a hard one for me. I'm looking at the certified salary schedule right now. While I'm confident that the district worked well within the bounds of what's capable, it's hard to be a teacher in this state. And for me, it's very personal, which makes this vote difficult. And forgive me as I have the document open, looking at the salary schedule for the first 7-8 years. It's difficult to be a teacher in this state. And I am confident in Dr. Battle and our district leadership to do everything they can. But it remains the fact that it's on. And I'm sorry, I vote no.
Ms. Harrington?
Yes.
Mr. Lopez?
Yes.
Mr. Hennis?
Yes, and I'll qualify, also, I think we would all like to have, not a question, more money, and obviously to the base is a key thing. Our state has not been the most quote unquote supportive of education, and does different things at different times to challenge that and challenge all of us as members of the community as a whole. And I think Dr. Battle has made it a priority that we're looking at, we've got to get the base up to a higher point to where it's at point. But it's definitely, I vote yes on that, but I agree with your thoughts, et cetera, and feel empathy, et cetera, with all teachers, and we've got to do better. So, yes.
Mr. Wright?
Yes.
All righty, we're down to, and thank you to all the folks who did the negotiations. We really appreciate it. Mike and everybody, we really appreciate everything that was done. We're down to item C, which is donations.
You can read that.
Sure, looks like Vista Grande did well this past month.
$500 donation from American Legion to VG Track and Field. We got $500 donation from American Legion VG Baseball. We got $500 donation from Kiwanis to the VG Key Club. We got $1,000 donation from Walmart to VG Baseball. We got consumable materials, tools, animal feed, and other goods, estimated value $2,500 from Tractor Supply to CGUHSD and Skills USA. $2,500 donation from Palm Creek RV Resort to VG Bend.
Is that your motion to accept those incentives? There's a motion by Chuck. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Taylor, second. Any other discussion on it, other than a huge thank you from all of us? And Vista Grande, you did well this past month. Call for the vote, Mary, if you would, please.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Ms. Harrington?
Yes.
Mr. Lopez?
Yes.
Mr. Hennis?
Yes.
Mr. Wright?
Yes.
We are down to item 7, which is the consent agenda. You have items A through G, and once we finish this, Dr. Battle would like to make a couple of introductions, if you could, please.
I'd like to pull out item A, personnel.
Okay,
We got a couple of questions.
that sounds good. Should we go ahead and make a motion to approve items B through G then?
I so motion.
Motion by Taylor, is there a second?
Second.
Kelly seconded. Any other questions? If not, Mary, we're approving items B through G on the consent agenda.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Ms. Harrington?
Yes.
Mr. Lopez?
Yes.
Mr. Hennis?
Yes.
Mr. Wright?
Yes.
We are on item A, personnel.
Yeah, personnel, Dr. Battle, we've talked about this personnel for the Assistant Superintendent for Business Operations, Mr. Storm.
Mr. Strong, Dr.
Strong. Okay. I'm a little concerned with the Assistant Superintendent label on that. And I guess it means that, or it has the possible meaning that he is the Assistant Superintendent, he would be the Assistant Superintendent of the district. Can you explain that?
Should be my pleasure. He is the Assistant Superintendent that oversees the business operations. So that's his title. As most districts have, Superintendent of Business, or they may say Business Superintendent. It all depends on the district, but
Okay.
that position should be, if approved, would be called Assistant Superintendent of Business Operations.
Okay, so there's no misunderstanding that he's going to be the Assistant Superintendent of the district?
It just, and underneath the informational part of it, it says CFO, comma, Assistant Superintendent Business Operations specifically.
Yeah,
That's correct.
okay. Just want to have that clarification.
That's not the question.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
He could be the Director of Business Operations or whatever, but if that's understood, I understand we need help in that area, but I want to make sure we're clarified on that.
I really appreciate the question. No,
Okay.
that's
I have no other questions.
Okay, seeing
I
that,
make a motion that we approve item A.
have a motion to approve personnel as presented.
I'll second.
Taylor seconded, Chuck moved, Taylor seconded. Is there any other discussion? Other than Dr. Battle's gonna do a couple of introductions here in just a minute. So Mary, if we go ahead and call for the vote, please.
Yes.
Ms. Harrington?
Yes.
Mr. Lopez?
Yes.
Mr. Hennis?
Yes.
And Mr. Wright?
Yes.
Dr. Battle, you're on.
Yes, sir. Thank you very, very much. It's exciting to introduce a few individuals who will be working with us based upon the last approval. And one young lady was already approved, but she was not able to make it because of unfortunate death in the family. But if I could ask Miss Doris Simmons to come to the microphone, she has been approved by this board as the Assistant Principal of Student Affairs for Casa Grande Union High School next year.
Well, hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Doris Simmons. I'm really excited about this opportunity. I feel like I've been waiting my whole life for this, so pretty excited to be a part of the team and serve the community. I really look forward to working next to Mr. Mab and the rest of the team and really developing our students and athletes. So I look forward to it. Sorry it couldn't be your last time, but you give me tonight, so thank you so much, and it's a pleasure to see all your faces and hopefully get to serve next to you in some capacity throughout this upcoming exciting year. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, now this other young lady, you all know her. I look forward to getting to know her, and we brought her to you as recommended for the headmaster of the Innovation Academy, specifically Innova and PACE, and I'd like to bring to the microphone Ms. Crystal Dant.
I feel like I need to get out and do a little dance or something. Hello. It's good to be here. It's good to see some familiar faces and to see some new faces as well. I'm very excited for the opportunity. I'm going to share a little bit about myself and my background for those of you who are not necessarily familiar with me. This is a pretty special moment for me because when I started in this district, I started originally in this building. When it was Desert Winds, I was a reading specialist. When I started my administrative career, it started in this building. And so to come back and to be here at this moment means a whole lot. And I'm just really impressed and inspired and excited and joyful. And I feel great that I can say those words about the forward thinking and the notion to change, to modify according to what our community needs, what our students need, what the businesses need. And I look forward to creating those mutually beneficial relationships with community members, business members, those known and those unknown. I'm excited, and I think it's a great opportunity, and it's definitely something that our kids need.
Thank you.
I want to commend under the leadership of Ms. Marilyn Gardner. You may have seen or will see in your board communications received an unbelievable, wonderful 250 grant for our PACE Academy to have its first year planning year. So thank you under the leadership of Marilyn and the team. Congratulations, everyone. All right, and last, to Mr. Wright's question, I'd like to introduce you to Dr. Matt Strong, who has now been approved as the Assistant Suit of Business Operations, and he will share a little bit about himself. Welcome, Dr. Strong.
Thank you. Mr. President, members of the board, my name is Dr. Matt Strong. I'm joining you after 24 years in the education field, 17 years in Chandler Unified with the Assistant Superintendent in charge of K-12 education there. And in the last 4 years, I've served the district of Queen Creek Unified as their Chief Operating Officer / Associate Superintendent. So just looking forward to getting down here to Casa Grande, working for someone who's near and dear to my heart, who's inspired a lot of educators throughout the state of Arizona, and helping you inspire excellence throughout the district and cultivate a sense of wanting to capitalize on talent of both your staff and your students throughout the district. So as you continue to grow with a leader that always reminds you to stay joyful in the moment, I look forward to part of this experience. So thank you, Dr. Battle. Thank you, members of the board. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Well, that was, yeah, you bet.
But we do have one more young lady that we'd like to introduce to her, and she was on the last agenda.
Yes.
Yes, and she started with us. As you know, we lost our wonderful Sharon Rodriguez, but we also have with us Ms. Tammy Fuller, put you on the spot. And so if you would be so kind to introduce yourself, that would be greatly appreciated. She's working with Gina and Dr. Strong in our
This is more.
Oh, excellent.
Wow. I don't know what to say other than I'm Tammy Fuller and I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
I just have one, is recognize someone who's not here, but he's on the consent agenda. Sure. As I wanted to congratulate, Mr. Mark Luna, who's gonna be the head coach at Union next year. I've gotten to see his passion for the youth in the community, with my son and his team and all the kids, and I mean, he just goes above and beyond. I'm very excited for him to start this new journey, so.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we're very fortunate to find that young man, and especially all the work, like you told us before, that he's doing within the community, bringing these kids up. So we are down to item number 8, and we can adjourn. So if that young man would like to tell us, let's go.
I moved you adjourned.
Go, and we are adjourned.
Great.
There we go.
You're not gonna-